All right, bam, we're live. Let's get live over on here. Looks like things are happening quick tonight. All right. All right. Hopefully we have a couple people. Announcements have gone out. Good to see you here. So what we're going to do is I'll go live for the next, I don't know, 12, 20 minutes. I'm going to do a quick little presentation on helping you guys figure out why you shouldn't be giving away your designs for free. At any point, please feel free to put some questions in the comment section, and I can help you out as we go. All right, let's see. Welcome. And so tonight we're talking about what's called free design and why you don't want to do free design. For some reason, somewhere along the line, a bunch of remodelers thought, I have to do it for free. And really, it just comes from fear. You think that just because somebody else is given a free estimate, that you have to do a free estimate. And when you think about it, it's silly because nobody wants to give the free estimate in the first place. The other guy doesn't want to be doing it. You don't want to be doing it. And so everybody ends up losing. The homeowner ends up not getting a good estimate because it's free. I mean, it makes no sense. All right. So here we go. One thing. Welcome to TikTok. We're notifying the viewers that you're live. All right. Usually we have a few more people popped in at this point, but maybe tonight's a slow night. All right. So let me hit you with this straight. If you are still doing free sketches, free drawings, even if you're just like doing it pencil and paper and showing the homeowner, you're bleeding time, money, and your credibility. Stop giving that away for free. Here's the truth. Homeowners don't respect what they don't pay for. They appreciate it. I mean, you can give me, if you really want to give away a bunch of free stuff, you give me a call. You can work with me. I got a bunch of stuff that you could do and I don't have to pay a dime, right? I mean, think about it. It's crazy. So that's why this is all about what I call the designing for dollars overarching method, right? And it's a system that I created so that I would stop giving away things for free in my remodeling business. And I could start turning it into cash, being paid, and then it would lead to larger jobs and projects. All right. So let's talk about how we do that, right? I'm going to show you what the system is, and I'm going to show you why it will change many things in your business. Now, look, inside of our Rebels program, that's where we get into like the exact, all the word for word scripts. We do a lot, get much more in depth into pricing, much more in depth into templates. And we really dive headfirst into the Remodeler's rulebook. And then you walk away with knowing exactly what to do. All right. Here, this is more to help get you familiar with the concepts. There's a lot to it, and you need to hear it a few times, usually for it to sink in. So here's the problem with free. The free design devalues your expertise. Your free design wastes time that you can't get back. I want you to think about this right now. On average, you're working, probably 40 to 60 hours a week, and that's it. You can't make up more time. So if it takes you 2 to 3 hours to give out a free estimate, you never get that time back. And it is killing your business, especially those of you that are doing a couple of these a week. What hit me was when I did my 6th free kitchen estimate, and I said, I will never do this again. It was painful to have that homeowner call me up and say, Mike, thanks for all that time you spent working with us, but we're going to go with somebody else, right? I wanted to strangle that person around the neck. And I said that literally that day, it was around 2:30. I got the call. Her name was Irene. She had wasted more than a month of my time talking about her kitchen, telling her how she's going to hire us. She thinks we're the greatest. I'm helping her out so much. This is great. I met with her. I would go to vendor. We would meet at like the supply place for the cabinetry. We met at the supply place to do where we were going to get her countertops, to pick out her slabs. Ridiculous. And I didn't have a contract with her. I didn't even get a deposit. And I'm doing this for free, thinking I'm going to be helpful and that's how I'm going to get the job. Wrong. Then the very next that night, I went to the homeowners and I was scared. And I said to them, I'd love to work for you. I think we could do an amazing process for you and solve all your problems. However, here's our process. We start with a paid design. It's going to be $2,500, and then we'll come up with the price to do your kitchen. And it worked. And from that day going on, I went with paid designs. And you should really consider it as well. So when you give a free design, it just tells the homeowner, you're just another bidder. You're another one of the chuck in the trucks. Welcome to the party. There's a bunch of you. That's the old way. Okay. There's a new way, and that's getting paid, right? Because the design isn't the throwaway. The design is the foundation of a successful remodel. So you charge the homeowner up front. You do the design, you do the plan. You get paid to estimate. It's no joke. This positions your design as an insurance policy against a remodeling chaos. Remember, I've talked before about high risk, low risk. Cheap prices from contractors, high risk. More valuable, more expensive, more higher level of investment is what we should be saying. Low risk. So you turn, and what we would do is we would take our design, work with the homeowner through the design process. It would generally take 2 weeks. And that time you're building more rapport. You're demonstrating your competence. You're demonstrating your experience. There is no reason why you won't get the job. Literally, it just naturally leads into the homeowner saying, this is awesome. When do you start? And then nobody's shopping. The homeowner's not even getting multiple bids at this point, because you've helped them build exactly what they want into their remodel. So if you've never done this, you may struggle to actually see the beauty behind it and why it works so well. And once you start doing it, I don't think you'll ever go back. You just have to have the courage to try, to say, I'm going to get out of my own way and do something different, right? I'm going to get paid to estimate. All right. So when you run this method, design fees don't feel like an expense. They are, and for the homeowner, they're the smartest investment that the homeowner can make. Only a foolish homeowner would not invest in a design first. And see, now you're not competing with all the other chuck in the trucks about estimating, because they're doing their estimates for free, but they're not giving a full-blown design. You're presenting them with something that nobody else is offering them. And that's why they get more excited. So think about this. Clarity is cash. People will always pay more when they know they're going to be safe. That's what homeowners are worried about. They're worried about their safety, their peace of mind. You get the emotional buy-in. When they see their dream kitchen, because you now have a 3D rendering, when they've picked out all the color swatches, when they've picked out the hardware, when they've picked out all the little extras for the shelving, the spice rack, the mixer shelf that's going to pop up, the dual trash cans, so they have the recycling in the back and the trash in the front, the pot and pan drawer. You know, when you've built all these little things in there and they start getting emotionally connected to you and to the kitchen that you're going to do them for. It's also a big time risk reduction. They'd rather spend the money up front with you, so that they like a $1,500, $2,500 design fee, because that'll help them avoid a $15,000 mistake down the road. This happens all the time. Clients get the island built to the wrong size, and then the island doesn't work for them. It's too tight here. It's too this there. And then they got to rip it all out and start over. Trust. When they pay for the design up front, they already are building trust in you. And that is what allows you to win the full-on remodel next. So again, I'll share that first client that I shared that we would do a paid process. If I did that because I showed them we could give them clarity about when the project would be completed. That was their big concern. They wanted to have it done for a high school graduation for their daughter, and it was tight. And many contractors were telling them it couldn't be done. I not only told them it could be done, I said it would be done. All you have to do is get committed and sign the agreement in the next 7 days so that we can get started. Right? You have to find out what's important to the homeowner. So, what most remodelers get wrong about charging, they think that charging for estimates and design will scare clients away. Not the good ones. It'll scare the cheap ones, the ones you shouldn't even be talking to in the first place, the tire kickers, the low, you know what I mean? Of course, it's going to scare them away. That's the whole point. They assume homeowners only care about the cheapest option. That is not correct. Homeowners want quality and they will pay for it. They only tell you they want it cheaper when they don't understand the value that you bring. Many homeowners actually are seeing that design is the pre-work and that it is an important next step. And many of them don't even understand how affordable it is. Right? Because if they've ever tried to talk to an architect, our design process for a remodeler, you should be less than what an architect charges, but it's more than free. So the truth is, homeowners who run from the design fee are the ones that are going to nickel and dime you later, so you don't even want them. It's the perfect way to help filter out who you should work with and who you don't want to work with. So think about this. In our society today, people want things more personalized than ever, right? Look at everyone's phone. Everybody likes to put their own wallpaper. They like to have their own special case, all right? Everybody wants, it's the me time. Everybody wants everything personalized. That is what a design process does. It lets them, it's the ultimate personalization of your remodel. Okay. Also, homeowners, more than saving money, what they really want is to not look stupid. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to be embarrassed. This helps them become educated, and this helps show and demonstrate that they are smart. They can brag about this to their neighbors. Yeah, we were thinking about doing a remodel. Good, but we've learned that really we should do the design first. That's what the smart people do, and all of a sudden they can brag about it. And it gives them safety and peace of mind. And people will pay a lot for that because they don't want the regrets. So anyway, doing designs, really the way we frame it is it's not even optional anymore. We will not do a kitchen remodel if we don't do the design first. Plain and simple. And when you stand, you pick your hill and you defend it and stand on it. And it's never backfired for us. So that's what that's how committed you have to be to the process. You can just explain to the homeowner, this is what we do and that's the way we do it, and it works. And here's all the successful clients that we've had, and that's the way they've gone. We do the design first. It's a paid design. Then we move in to do your remodel. So here's what you know. You don't need me to tell you. If you're giving away free estimates, it's killing your margins, right? Getting paid for design will flip that. It'll bring in cash up front. It helps you know who the serious clients are. And the right clients will love paying for it because it makes them feel safe. It's even to the point where this is what you should be leading with. If you do home shows, if you go to like community festivals and set up booths, you need to start leading with, we're not going to come out and give you a free estimate. Nope. We're going to come do a paid design session for your upcoming remodel. That's what differentiates you. Now, you might alter the price or the scope of the actual design when you go to some of these festivals. Okay. But that's what your offer is. So, all right. That's all I have for you tonight. Haven't seen, I'm looking. Anybody have any comments, any questions, anything that's come up for you in the last couple of days? You've seen some videos and you got questions? You're welcome. See Knowles Remodeling. Absolutely. If you don't have it, you can go to my bio and you can get the free download for my book that talks more about the Spark method and how you'll get paid to estimate. So that's available for free. Comes as a PDF. Most of the stuff you'll hear me talk about on the TikTok channel. Very good. All right. So, All right, guys. We're coming up here. It's about 15 minutes. So tonight, this might be, unless somebody's got C Knowles, if you have any specific questions, feel free. It looks like we don't have as hard to see how many people are still on right now. In the Bahamas. That's awesome. Hey, Terry. So, if any of you if you haven't done a paid design and you're concerned about doing it, make sure you use AI to come up with your prompt and your sales script to help you. For instance, you can say to AI, put in the prompt, I'm a kitchen and bath remodeler. I've got 10 years experience. We do, 15, 20 kitchens a year on average. Our typical client invests 75,000 in a kitchen. They are generally people between 40 and 60 years old. It's a husband and wife. Most of our clients live in this type of housing and these communities. And how is the best way for me to set up my script, my sales process, so that I can transition them and educate them why the paid planning design is the most logical next step. So in my area, you have a lot of homes that were built in the 1980s, nice houses. They were built well and they're outdated. So we often would pitch what's called a feasibility plan. And we would share with homeowners because a lot of times they wanted to. We have a lot of soffits. We have a lot of, so if you have things built in the 80s, you might have had a 9-foot ceiling, but they only ran 30-inch cabinets and then they put like a 1-foot soffit. And they usually did that because in most of these houses, kitchen's in the center of the house, stairs to the second floor in the center front. And right up when you go up there is the hall bath. So the hall bath is right above the kitchen, and the plumbers, because they were using true like 2x12s back then, they didn't want to notch, so they would drop the plumbing underneath the joist, and that's why you had these soffits. And then the electricians would get lazy and they would just run the electric up there instead of putting it in through the joist. And a lot of homeowners wanted to know if they could remove the soffit. And what most contractors would say to them is, we don't know. It's hard to tell. We'll have to wait and see. That'll be a change order. And we would share with them, well, if you'd like, a part of our feasibility design process is one day we will come and do some demo. We will remove the sheetrock off of the soffit and we'll do exploratory and you can see what's there. That way we can bid that expense to remedy that situation properly into your design plan. And most of the time, if you're a good carpenter and the client wants to go with 36 or 42-inch wall cabinets, you can notch those cabinets, the uppers, and then box them in so that you can still have all that plumbing and electric up there. Does that make sense? And they're just going to lose some of the usability, the volume of the inside of the cabinet. But a good carpenter can, at least our carpenters do that. So anyhow, hope this all helps you guys. That might be it for tonight. What's the weather? I mean, the Bahamas are beautiful. I mean, why are you on a TikTok if you're in the Bahamas? You should be out enjoying life. uh, Very good. All right. Let me check over on YouTube. Oh, yeah. For those of you on TikTok as well, you can always pop over and on YouTube, you'll see the slides, at least the notes. But anyhow, gonna stop sharing the screen over there. All right. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully this was informative and helpful. And again, if you have any questions, the business, yeah, trying to learn. I hear you. That's what we all do. You never stop, right? Every day you get just a little bit better. You can always learn something from everybody. At least that's my opinion. You either learn what to do, what not to do. It's still learning. Yep. All right. Very good. Unless there's any other comments. Anything you guys would like to see on any future TikTok videos? Oh, thank you, C-Notes. Yeah. Hey, look, if you come across any objections that are like baffling to you or frustrating, if I haven't addressed that specifically, um, I have a guide. It's got like the 35 most common remodeling objections that come up. And what we do, we made flashcards, and it's the objection, and then your response, and then most likely the client's response, and then your response back, so that you can overcome them. But at any point, if I haven't made a video on TikTok that addresses an objection that you seem to be running into, or you're curious, like, hey, how else could this be handled? At any point, if you can direct message me and let me know, like, hey, this is the objection that I'm running up against. How would it be handled? I'll be happy to make a video on it, or reply to you. Either way. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yep. All right. All right, guys. Well, otherwise, I'm not sure what else I can share with you. This was what I had planned, right? To go over the design. And again, like, it was really transformative for me. I want you guys to imagine, like, for the first few months, I struggled to get some kitchen projects, right? I was doing what everybody else did. I was paying for leads, running around, trying to compete, giving a free estimate, and it was frustrating. And I remember I was probably spending like $45 to $65 per lead for these kitchens. And it was the sixth kitchen remodel in a row that I had went on, and I did not land the job. Now, part of the issue also was, yes, I was always more expensive. I wanted to make sure we were more expensive, but I didn't quite have my sales process down 100%, right? And I wouldn't ask all the right questions. I didn't understand the clients that well, so I wasn't landing jobs. It was frustrating. But I'm telling you, the switching over to do a paid design made just made all the difference. And then obviously learning more sales skills, learning how to better understand the client's behavior, their buying patterns, that behavior, that made all a big difference as well. Yes, sir. Yes, it does. It all works. Yep. So, but yeah, the paid design makes a big difference. And it's funny, in all the years, you very rarely see a residential homeowner present to you a proper design and then ask for a bid off of that. And I think that's telling for two reasons. What say is, I know that homeowners are getting design work done, but what it's letting you know is that when they do, they're not shopping it. At that point, they're already committed to working with the contractor they're working with. And you should keep that in mind and say to yourself, damn, I'm missing an entire market if I'm not doing a design process with my clients. Because there are clients out there that do pay for it. And what those other remodelers learn over time is they're your best customers, and those customers don't shop you. So that once you've lined up the design process project and priced that and got that agreement signed, 90% or more, you're guaranteed the final project. We never had a client not go forward with the design, and we never had a client not hire us. So, right. Yeah, yeah, that's why free quotes, you don't want to be in that business. And you can ballpark it over the phone, but if you're going to go meet with them, it's because you're going to meet with them to talk about the design, or at least a measurement fee at a bare minimum, depending on what's your niche. What do you guys specialize in? Yeah, I've got some funny stories about bathrooms. Fantastic. All right. Um, I have a lot of good stories about that. We had one gentleman. He met me at some event. Yeah. Now, see, that's funny. You say they're quicker. Some people will say that bathrooms are challenging because you can't put a whole crew on them, right? At most, it's usually one guy working, maybe a helper's helping there, but some bathrooms can get tricky. So that's good for you. Yeah, there's a guy around the corner from me. He's he's got the bathroom market pretty well niched down. I think he's doing between 15, 30 million a year just in bathrooms. That's all he does. Just bathrooms. And start to finish. They design them, then they come in, demo them, and install them. And yeah, it's a great business to be in, especially when you have your process down. So, because bathrooms get tricky and they get complicated. But anyhow, the I've had several homeowners hire someone cheaper. Half days, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah. No, it's good. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. Like you pick your niche, and you figure out the way to maximize all of it, the entire process, from start to finish, right? And you get as efficient as possible at doing bathrooms, and then you can scale it. But you've got to master it first. And it sounds like you already are there. So, but yeah, making me think of I had this one gentleman. He called us after I met with him, went out, gave him a price, and he's like, it was like I don't know, it's like $150,000 remodel. Somebody else told him that they would do it for like 125, and he's like, I don't have the money. This guy's saving me 25, and I was like, he's not saving you anything. It's going to be a disaster. There's no way that guy can do what you want for that price. I said, because I know he's not going to make a profit. He's making profit. What he's not going to do is give you the finished product. And it was like 3 months later, that guy called me back. The contractor messed it all up, couldn't finish the job, started trying to change order his way out of all the problems. It ended up going over budget. He lost all 125,000. Didn't have the project finished. Much of it had to be torn out, started over. I mean, it was just a disaster. But you guys know this. If you're a professional, you can just share with the homeowner. Like, there's no way that gentleman's going to be able to do the job at least the job that you and I talked about for that price. So, all right, guys, that is going to be everything for tonight. Appreciate you all being here. And C. Knowles Ramon, thanks for commenting. Again, if you ever need anything, feel free to always reach out. Hopefully, I don't know if you're following the channel or not. Hopefully you are. And we appreciate you being here. So we'll be back. Don't worry. Going to do this 100 days straight. So today is day 25. And I already have an itinerary for the next 75 days. I already know the topics. I just need to come on and talk about them. And it all follows. So depending on where you are in your business, these are the foundational phases of any business, right? It looks like it shows up backwards on the screen. But you have to understand sales and the process, people, the client journey, marketing, advertising, and then your vision as a leader to grow your business. So the 100 days are broken out into these different 6 quadrants, and we just move through them. So it's about several topics on each quadrant. All right. You guys have a great night. Appreciate you being here. C. Knowles, wish you the best, brother. And you guys have a good one. Take care. All right. That's it, YouTubers. See ya.